Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Napoleon and today we're back with another Enlisted video, and today we're going to be doing a guide on the Gewehr 41. This is a German semi-automatic rifle in Enlisted. This video will be covering the weapon and its history and how you should use it in Enlisted. Obviously, this video has been possible for the friends at Discord, meaning that if you haven't liked, subscribe, or joined the Discord, I highly suggest that you like, subscribe, or join the Discord. With that said, let's get started with the Gewehr 41. In terms of the history, by 1940 it became apparent for the Germans that a form of a semi-automatic rifle with a higher fire rate than existing bolt-action rifles was necessary to improve the infantry's combat effectiveness. The Wehrmacht issued a specification to various manufacturers such as Mauser and Walter to submit prototypes that were very similar. However, some restrictions were placed upon the designs. These were no holes for trapping gases for the loading mechanism that were bored into the barrel. The rifles were not to have any moving parts on the surface, and in case of an auto loading mechanism failed, a bolt action could also be included. Both models were included as a mechanism known as the Bang system after the Danish designer Samuel H. Bang. In this terms, gases from the bullets were trapped near the muzzle in the ring-shaped cone, which in turn pulled on a long piston rod that opened the breech and reloaded the gun. This is as opposed to the more common type of gas articulated system in which the gases are trapped off from the barrel and pushed back into the piston to open the breech to the rear. Both also included inbuilt 10-round magazines that were loaded using two zipper clips from the Kar 98K, utilized the same German standard 7.92 by 57 Mauser rounds. This, however, made the reloading extremely slow. The Mauser designed the Gewehr 41M failed. Only 6,673 prototypes were produced before production was halted, and of which 1,673 were returned as unusable. Most of these metal parts on the rifle were machine steeled, and more rifles, especially later ones, utilized the Balkany-type plastic handguards. The Walter design was more successful because the designers had simply ignored the two restricted listed above, and these rifles, along with their Gewehr 41 counterparts, suffered from gas systems fouling problems. These problems seem to stem from the over-complexity muzzle trap system becoming extensively concord from the use of Concord salts in the ammunition primer and carbon fouling. The muzzle assembly consisted of many small parts and was difficult to keep clean, disassembly, and maintain in the field conditions, and the rifle was designated in 1943 into the Gewehr 1943, which utilized a gas system somewhat similar to the SVT-40 and a detachable magazine. The Gewehr 41W rifles were produced in two factories, namely at Walter Zella Basis and Berlin Waldmecke. These rifles were also effectively scarce and quite valuable in the collector's grade. Varying sources put production figures between 40,000 to 145,000. Again, these rifles saw a high attrition rate on the Eastern Front. That is all for history and characteristics because we don't know a lot about the Gewehr 41. So let's move on to the stats. In terms of statistics, the Gewehr 41 has a caliber of 7.92 Mauser, hit power of 12, of which hit power at 12 at 10 meters, 9.8 at 100 meters, 8 at 200 meters, 6.6 at 300 meters, 5.4 at 400 meters, 1.4 at 1000, 0.7 by 1500. Armor penetration of 1 millimeter, muzzle velocity of 750 meters per second, rate of fire of 180 to 200, reload time of 4.8, vertical recoil of 7, horizontal 33, fitted system of 10-round magazine, weight of 5, cartridge mass of 26.2, firing modes of semi-auto. In terms of 6-star Gewehr 41, the caliber is that of 7.92 Mauser, hit power of 14.4, 11.8 in terms of 100, 9.6 in terms of 200, 7.9 in terms of 300, 6.5 in terms of 400, 1.7 in terms of 1000, 0.9 in terms of 1500. Armor penetration of 1 millimeter, muzzle velocity of 750, rate of fire of 200 to 220, 4.8, vertical recoil of 65, horizontal recoil of 28, fit system of 10-round magazine, weight of 5 kilograms, cartridge mass of 26.2, and fire modes of semi-auto. That is pretty much for the stats of the Gewehr 41, and let's move on to the recap section. Now, since we're at the recap section, I want to make something clear off the bat, and that is I don't like the Gewehr 41. At first, when I got the Gewehr 41, I was pretty hyped like everyone else, and the second I started using it, I realized how insanely hard to use this thing is. Honestly, it comes down to skill issue, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't really have a lot of skill with the Gewehr 41. I'm still trying to get the hang of this weapon, but the reload time is insanely hard. 4.8, that is literally longer than some SMGs, and you're gonna kill more people with SMGs than the Gewehr 41. Heck, it's actually longer than some machine guns. Heck, I don't know this thing. This thing is literally extremely hard to use. The shots, even if you can connect the shots, which if you can connect the shots, good for you. For me, connecting the shots is extremely hard, and even if you can connect the shots, you still need a 2-shot to kill the person, and that's just not going to be good. It's literally going to be a pain for you to use it. I honestly wouldn't really want you to use the Gewehr 41, but sadly I really can't say that because, hey, it's still a semi-automatic weapon with a bayonet on the end of the Gewehr 41, so it's extremely usable. At this point, you would actually stand a better chance of using the weapon at close quarters combat, so maybe you should do that. But in terms of everything else, in terms of long range, you literally have to aim harder than on the Kar 98K. The Kar 98K has a better scope than this thing. It has pretty much the same scope, but the Gewehr 41 scope is smaller, and the Gewehr 41 can't even be used at medium range because it tends to miss. At long range, when you fire the thing, at least you can try to hit people, but still the accuracy on this thing is quite poor. The recoil is massive, and yeah, this thing just use it. Honestly, I wouldn't even manage to upgrade it because I don't suggest that you upgrade it because this weapon is just going to be a backfire. You might as well just wait for a ZH-29 in Moscow or in Tunisia, but this thing, once you have the chance to throw this thing out, throw it out. Like, that's the Gewehr 41. But that's it, guys. That is all for the Gewehr 41. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the Discord, and I'll see you in the next one. Now, before you leave, I would like to thank you very much for watching this video. I would be honored if you could like and subscribe to the channel. Remember, more videos are coming out, so it is a good idea to click on that notification button. Anyways, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.